the changes that is necessary in society. It's like I don't know, man. I don't know. I think people we might be just like lost. You know what I'm saying? The more I research it, the more the behavior seems like a lost society. And it used to irk me to see it, but the more I research it, the more I know it's written. So who am I to even try to judge or budge or do anything just because? You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. People gonna be who they is. You know what I mean? We flawed. We flawed human beings. We flawed individuals, and that's fine. But it's the part about everybody trying to be perfect, and act perfect, and appear perfect. It's like why? You know, I mean, we gotta take some accountability in our life. We messed up in certain places, but we can't take that out on other people. You know what I mean? I try to I try to step my own game up. Sometimes I get so annoyed and irritated, and I don't know why. But I gotta not be like everybody else, cause that's the that's the common theme when we look around. People just have a short fuse with each other, and it's scary because you see it getting closer and closer on the news. These stories and these situations, it's like they get closer to home, and you be like, dang, yeah, I know where that location is. I know where that's at. Dang, I was just there. But I mean, I'm starting to realize that that's just the world we live in. It ain't gonna be no going back to where you could just have a conversation with somebody and you be able to be like, hey, I don't like this about what you did. And they be like, well, I didn't mean to do it, but I thought, you know, and that be it. You'd be like, oh, I'm sorry for the misunderstanding, sorry for the miscommunication, whatever the misconfusion or whatever the confusion was. Yo, whenever people try to get together and discuss they feelings, or it's like our brains are rewired to anger, and it's like that part of us where we be having regular discussion, it's almost gone, it's almost gone. We don't do that. We don't get together and have conversations. They say the literacy rate in the United States is like at an all-time low. People don't even read anymore. So like their brains are off. You know what I'm saying? We running around here with people who don't know how to rationalize, don't know how to come up with different viewpoints, and aren't able to see things from a different perspective and be like, you know what? I don't agree with you, but I see where you're coming from. So you got to be very careful. And I fall for it all the time, trying to be able to express myself and discuss what's on my mind with people who really don't give a fuck. Like they don't care. Excuse my language. So it's dangerous, right? It's dangerous because now you putting yourself out there to be judged, and that's really what people want to do. They want to judge your way of thinking and come up with opposition. I was talking to somebody the other day, and I was like, yeah, they're going to do some kind of like law school or something like that. And I was like, oh yeah, that's interesting. We should have a debate. And they was like, nah, I don't want to have a debate, but we can share perspectives. And I was like, damn, that's key. Maybe a debate's not where it's at, but maybe just share perspectives of things. And that just stuck with me because we all have different perspectives. We don't have to make it a debate or a discord or discourse or whatever it's called. We can just try to understand each other more. You know what I mean? But it's like, is that even possible anymore? Are we even able to understand one another without having some kind of like egotistical viewpoint? So I'm trying to open my mind up to different people's ways of life and different people's cultures and creeds and you know even religion. start reading stuff that's not necessarily I'm Christian, but now I'm starting to believe that all of these religion doctrines might be God's way of talking to us because they all say the same thing. And whatever doctrine that we read, apparently the people of the world, they don't follow it because they just be all over the place with each other. You know what I'm saying? We can see it. We can see it, and it's really scary. It's really scary because I have children, and even if you don't have kids, one day we're going to get older. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's not your kids walking around in the world, we're going to be older people. And we don't want to be, I know I don't want to be around when people are so mentally just lost that the slightest thing can push them over the edge. My bad, y'all, the sun's in my eyes, but I'm trying to soak it up. The slightest thing can push them over the edge. Like you walk around in society where shit, a disagreement over a cheeseburger now, people raising their voice, want to run behind the counter, and the person behind the counter don't want to get them a refund because of how they said they want a refund, and of course, the customer want their refund because it's their money and it get hot. You know what I'm saying? Nobody has the sense enough to just be like, "Hey, that's not what I meant." That's not what's going on here. But it is scary, man, because dang, it's just like everybody's they hot under the collar. Now I see why people move away into like Alaska or something like that and go out there and just fend for themselves because life is safer. You know what I mean? Less stress. It's not a whole bunch of worry of like a mass shooting or something like that, or drinking and driving. You know what I mean? Nobody burglarizing or vandalizing your stuff. You just live amongst the wilderness. But for right now, it was just a thought I had. Try and go live more often. You know what I'm saying? Let me know. Tap in, like, subscribe, share, and let me know you feel like people are on edge now, or is it just me? Y'all be easy.